Welcome back to Inside Politics. Our guest today is the mayor of Clarksville, Joe Pitts. Mayor Pitts, before we leave the Google discussion, Google also occasionally has problems about privacy and secrecy, and a lot of these major international worldwide companies have that. Are you concerned about bringing something that can be that controversial from times to become one of your major employers and high-profile employers in your town? Well,
certainly we've got to be aware of those issues, but I'm not concerned about what they're doing in our community because of they've been very forthcoming with information about what they're trying to do, but there's still details of that deal that are we don't disclose or not obligated or cannot disclose.
You also have recently added large investments from two South Korean firms, Hanok Tires and LG. The recruitment of international groups to come to Tennessee, is that a little bit of a different kettle of fish than bringing in even people like Google?
Well, South Korea has been very good to Clarksville, obviously with Fort Campbell there and the United States Army having a post in South Korea. We've always had a good relationship and really a thriving population of Korean Americans, and we've got probably one of the largest Korean American associations in the United States. So the relationship there was sort of a natural.
All this growth you're having requires some kind of growth plan. I think the state of Tennessee now requires you to have something like that. And I understand you're the first large community in Tennessee to have completed that process. What kind of process is that, and what is the growth plan?
Wow, the growth plan does kind of delineate what areas that you're allowed to develop and how the development happens within certain urban growth boundaries. For example, your density can be a little
what parts
tighter.
Of town? What
parts? And it's a county-wide plan, Pat. And but that process takes 6 to 8 months. And so I'm just really pleased that the Regional Planning Commission of Clarksville, Montgomery County took that on.
Now, the voters in Montgomery County several different times have had the idea about consolidating Clarksville government and Montgomery government, similar to what happened here in Nashville back in the 60s. It's never passed up there where it has here for I think reasons that were unique to Nashville. Why has it never worked, and is that pretty much dead and gone up in that area?
Well, nothing's ever dead in government, as you know. It just kind of goes dormant for a while or gone. I think it's gone for now. I think the relationship between city and county governments have improved to the point where people understand that there's no need to consolidate.
You mentioned a joint planning commission. You also are working together, the city and the county, on road projects, and I also understand a new water plant.
Well, that's a city project. A new water treatment plant we'll need to add to our existing inventory as growth continues to happen.
You're taking some flack about your handling of wastewater and water. There's an environmental group who seems to be ready to take you to court for, they say, deliberately putting in hundreds of millions of gallons of raw sewage into the Cumberland River. Are you having that overflow problem that a lot of cities have because the system just gets flooded out because of in a lot of cases you still have a lot of combined storm systems where both the stormwater and the wastewater are all going into the same system? Is that where the problem is?
Well, that group, that's a bogus claim. That's just sensationalism at its worst. And, as they say, 2 guys on a website make an institute. Well, apparently 2 guys on a website make an association. So we'll give a full-throated defense and denial of that. But no, that's not happening. I just want to reassure everybody.
If there is a lawsuit.
If there is a lawsuit. But I have no doubt that we are complying with the law or exceeding the law.
Are you under some kind of federal mandate or some kind of court mandate in order to do something? Because Nashville has that thing going on where they have to do, and it's one of the reasons the water and sewer program's in trouble here. They have they have to spend money in order to upgrade their system and make sure that they separate the storm system.
I'm proud of our gas and water department, which oversees the wastewater treatment in our community, and they're doing a great job. And I have no qualms about our environmental impact at all.
One other issue that I know has come up that you're involved in, it's within the city of Clarksville. A lot of cities used to have what were called blue laws about when you could buy beer, even batteries, on a Sunday. And Clarksville currently has what used to be the law in Nashville before the Titans came, which you couldn't buy beer before noon. In Nashville now you can buy it by 10 o'clock. There's a move in this Clarksville City Council to move it to 10 o'clock. You voted no when the bill came up on first reading.
I did.
What are your concerns about that?
Well, my concerns is it's a solution looking for a problem to solve, and I didn't hear this hue and cry from the public that's saying, hey, we want to buy beer 2 hours earlier.
But it might be more convenient for those in Clarksville coming down to Nashville to tailgate to get to buy their beer on the way out the door instead of the night before.
Might be, or they can stop when they get to Davidson County. So, I'm not opposed to drinking, but I just didn't see that as being one of those urgent needs we needed to address.
Is it kind of? This was I think this was a 1-vote margin on first reading for the bill. It comes up again in December. I'm assuming you're not going to change your vote. It passed on first reading. Did you continue? This will still be a close issue as you go down to vote for it again in December?
Well, typically those issues that pass first reading go on a consent agenda, but a member can bump an item off.
Even when it passed by a 1-vote margin?
Indeed, when it passed by a 1-vote margin. But a member can bump it off, and understand there's a move to bump it off and have a single vote for that issue again.
So is that one of those signs again of the Clarksville becoming from being, say, a smaller Tennessee city to being more of an urban area?
Absolutely.
What else do you see as the challenges of Clarksville going forward?
Well, much like we've experienced this morning, traffic. When I ran for office last year, that's the #1 issue and continues to be. So as we grow into the future, we've got to have a plan to address traffic, and we're working on that. We'll roll that out about February next year, called Traffic 2020.
I know Montgomery County very quickly is looking at banning both smoking and vaping within about 50 feet of their facilities.
Right.
Do you already have that in Clarksville, or are you looking to do that yourself?
We have limitations already.
Mayor Pitts, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Pat.
you being able to have you back again as Clarksville continues to grow.
Great. It's a pleasure being here.
And thank you for joining us on Inside Politics. Hope you're back here again for a future show. If you can't get enough politics, in the meantime, go to the News Channel 5 website. You'll find my Capitol View commentary there. There's a new commentary posted every Friday afternoon. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you back here next time. Goodbye.